How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to Rangers Rundown. Slowly but surely, I'm getting more and more frustrated with this team. I know I said in the season preview that we were going to focus on development and we weren't going to care about a record and we weren't going to care about points and we were just going to focus on building this team and priming them for next season. But it would be nice to win a couple games every now and then. This is getting frustrating. Shesterkin was in net. Way different lineup tonight. Not way different, but different enough where we need to talk about it for a second. So top line was the same. Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Kreider. Second line was the same. Panarin, Strome, Buchnevich. Third line, obviously we wanted to keep that together. The Di Giuseppe, Hedl, Kakko line. They did so well last game. And then the bottom line, Blackwell was called up from the taxi squad. For those of you that don't know about Blackwell, he's 27. He was drafted in 2011 by the San Jose Sharks in the 7th round, so a deep draft pick. And then he was traded to Nashville, played a bunch in their AHL system, played parts of the last 2 seasons with Nashville. He played 27 games last year for him, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. So he was on the 4th line tonight with Howden and Rooney. So Gauthier, Lemieux, and Jack Johnson were all scratched tonight. I think enough of us complained to Coach Quinn, and he got the hint. Johnson was scratched, and then Gauthier and Lemieux were also both scratched. So I have a feeling this 4th line is going to be a big merry-go-round until we find something that works, and tonight was let's see if this works. And it did. Anyway, let's hop into the first period. 12 seconds in, good early save for Igor. This is classic Rangers. You know, you watch them long enough, you know that they love to give up early goals and they love to give up late goals. Almost an early goal. Three minutes in, Lafreniere had 2 good shots in the same shift, about 15 seconds apart from each other. He was shooting a lot more tonight. I think several people probably told him after last game, dude, you need to start shooting the puck. Because, he still made some really weird passes tonight, but he shot way more, which is good because he needs his first goal. All right, we're 5 games into the season. I don't think he has a point yet. So we got to get something working for Lafreniere. 4:10, Ruhwedel takes an interference penalty. First power play unit is on there for about 1:20, putting solid pressure on there. 6:57 and 10:40. Lindgren had a spout of just really good defense. Lindgren looked good this whole night. His defensive game is really good, which is why he's such a great pair with Fox, because Fox is obviously a great two-way defenseman. He's a great defenseman, but he's also good in the offensive zone. Lindgren, not so much with the offensive stuff, so they make a very good pair, and they were the first pair tonight. Miller and Trouba were the second, Smith and D'Angelo on the bottom. Forgot to mention that earlier. 12:40, scramble in front. It slides through the crease. Blackwell almost scored, but that was kind of a hint at what would happen later in the period. 14:20, Lafreniere almost had his first goal. He almost had it. It was a deflection, it deflected, and it was cruising right on the line of the crease. And Lafreniere almost tapped it in, but it just slid right by the post. It was so disheartening because he was trying so hard and he just missed it and it slid right by the goal. I wish he got that. But then 16:36 towards the end of the period, Blackwell gets called up from the taxi squad, scores his first goal with the Rangers in his first game with the Rangers. Really good for him. Fox took the point shot and just Blackwell's really nice deflection right through the 5-hole. And that assist would give Fox a 4-game point streak. So since game 1, when the Rangers got shut out, Fox has had at least 1 point in every game so far, which is great. No one's surprised. Fox is amazing, but 4-game point streak, and not the only one of the night either. Right after the period's over, Crosby exchanged niceties with Strome. I think he's getting frustrated because he didn't have any points in the game, in the last game, and I don't think Crosby's used to too many 0-point games in his career. But we go to the second period, 42 seconds in, Miller saves a goal. It was a great play. Jari made a long pass during a change, and it's like a 2-on-1-ish, and Miller's he gets off the bench and he rockets into the defensive zone. And as I forget who was shooting, but somebody was shooting into like a half-open cage. It was a cross-ice, pass, and Miller just slides right in, blocks the goal. It was great. Beginning of the second period, Penguins were controlling play. I don't know what their coach said to them in the locker room, but they were controlling play for a good part of the beginning of that period. I was getting nervous. 5:19, Igor stops a Rust breakaway. I always get really nervous with breakaways, as I'm sure we all do, but he made a great stop on Rust, who was just a shooting machine last game. So that's part of the reason I was so nervous. 8:15, Lindgren cross-checks McCann into the post. Like, his head hit the post. And I was like, well, there's our first penalty of the game. But no, they didn't call it. Like, it was a pretty vicious cross-check. And, like, that's classic Lindgren. But I thought he was going to get called on it. 9:11, Hedl and Rodriguez collide unintentionally. Hedl didn't really see him coming. Rodriguez saw him coming, and like at the last second, like there was really nothing he could do, and they collided knee to knee, and it didn't look good. Rodriguez went right to the locker room. I don't know if he came back or not. Hedl stayed on the bench, and he played one shift after he was looked at, and then he didn't play another shift in the second period, and he didn't come back for the third period either, so I hope he's okay. 11:24, Rust scores a goal to tie it up 1-1, and then at 17:17, Strome scores his first goal of the season. Puck was in a scramble in the crease, and he kind of flipped it in over Jari, who was down trying to cover it. It was a greasy goal, but he got it, and Panarin assisted on that goal for his 4-game point streak. So both Fox and Panarin have a 4-game point streak, which is good. This team can generate offense, just not enough to win games. It's very frustrating. Yes, Miller's playing excellent tonight. Tonight he made 6 or 7 really good defensive plays. Like defensive plays you don't see a lot of rookies make, which is great. His growth in these first 5 games has just been phenomenal. I hope that continues to grow in a positive trend. Third period. Early goal. That's so unlike the Rangers. McCann scores a goal, a knuckler from the boards. It was a weird goal. It didn't hit anything, I don't think. They showed the replay a couple times. It didn't hit anything. It was just a knuckler. And I guess Igor was screened or something happened. He didn't even see it whiz by his head and right into the goal. Like, he saw it as he went by and went up, but at that point it's too late. It's in the goal, man. It was a weird goal. So watch the replay of the game if you missed the game. It was annoying to see. 6:56, Ceci takes a hooking penalty. Only the second penalty of the game for the Penguins, and Rangers didn't take a penalty all game. Penguins did not get a chance on the power play. It didn't matter, obviously, but defensively, the Rangers were playing very well. Very, very good discipline is the word I'm looking for. Very good discipline from the Rangers tonight. No penalties at all. Very, very good. Pens controlling period. The Penguins, they were controlling pressure all the way up to that penalty. So that penalty was actually kind of a chance for the Rangers to take a breath and be like, okay, we got to flip the script a little bit. That power play started with the second unit, which I thought was interesting. I guess Quinn's just, doing what he can to generate some offense, give the second power play unit the start. And the second unit was on for about 90 seconds. They played about 3/4 of that power play. First unit came on, cleaned up the last 30. 11:27, Smith hit the crossbar. I love that sound, but I hate that sound. And then the Rangers there was good pressure before that shot. So the Rangers were getting good chances, and then Smith just capped it off with hitting the crossbar, and it didn't go in. And I'm just getting really, really nervous. Kreider had a chance for an open net, but he was either pushed down or he slipped, and he just missed the shot. End of this period, we see some classic David Quinn line juggling. And then 1646, Rust hit the post, and it's just, Smith hit the crossbar, Rust hit the post. Both teams are getting decent chances, and I'm just, in the back of my head, I didn't have faith that the Rangers were going to be able to win this game, just because I've seen this story too many times. The Rangers go into the third period tied, and they can't close. And it happened again. So 18-28, Gensel scores a goal, and it was a nice shot. He slaps it, stays really low, goes right through the 5-hole, and with a minute and a half left in the game, immediately after the goal, Igor went to the bench. They had a good 90 seconds of 6-on-5, but they couldn't get it done. Panarin fanned on a one-timer with 5 seconds left, and then the game ended. So a game that I thought was going to go to overtime, the Rangers come out of this game with 0 points, and they're already in last place in the Metro as of before the start of this game, and that is where they will stay. So that's good. Nowhere to go but up, though. I guess you can think of it that way. Glass half full kind of channel. And then one of the announcers, this was his quote, 30 seconds after the game over. Joe goes, "They're going to get tired of playing well enough to win, but not winning." And I just thought that is the perfect way to sum up the last 3 games for the Rangers. They're playing well enough to win the game, and they don't win the game. I'm frustrated as a fan. I can't imagine how frustrated they are as players. It's getting to that point. Final thoughts. So shots were in the Rangers' favor again. They're out shooting these teams, but they're losing games, and that's a trend we'd like to see reversed. Rangers outshot 25-19. They actually won in the faceoff dot tonight, which was something we haven't seen a lot of this season. Just over 50% the faceoff dot. They had 2 chances on the power play, but did not score on either. Hits were in the Penguins' favor, 33-32, and then blocks were in the Rangers' favor, 14-13. Defensively, the Rangers are playing really well. They just got to keep the pucks out of their own net. I know Igor's a great goalie. I'm sure he'd want at least one of these goals back, maybe. I don't know. They're just not getting it done. Miller looks great. He's kind of outshining Lafreniere first 5 games of the season. It's weird to say that because we all thought Lafreniere was going to be this big thing coming in, and then Miller has been outshining him by a fair margin. I mean, Lafreniere's playing well by his own right, but Miller's just going off. Hopefully Heedle's okay to play in the next game. It was knee on knee, so you never know. I hope nothing teared. I hope it's just he needed a maintenance period for the rest of the night. Curious what the lineup's going to look like Tuesday. That's the next game for the Rangers, Tuesday night in Buffalo. And as you can see, Buffalo, they won tonight in a shootout against Washington, so they might trade places with the Devils, but still, you're playing another team that has struggled in their first couple games, so we'll see what happens Tuesday night. And we'll see what the lineup is Tuesday night. Do any of these 3 players come back in? You got to think Blackwell scored tonight, so is Quinn going to keep him in the lineup because of that? Maybe. Really, who knows? Is Johnson going to come back in the decor Tuesday night? How long is he going to be in timeout? We don't know. We don't know until Tuesday night. The trivia question of the night. Who were the last 2 defensemen to record their first NHL points in the same game? So the last game against the Penguins, Keandre Miller got his first NHL point, and then I forget his name, but the rookie defenseman for the Penguins, something Olivier something, also got his first point in the NHL as a defenseman. So 2 first NHL points for 2 defensemen in the same game. When was the last time that happened, or who were the last 2 to do that? And it was John Gilmour and Neil Pionk for the Rangers, February 13th, 2018 at Minnesota. If any of you knew the answer to that question without looking it up, you are an encyclopedia of knowledge, and I'm very impressed because I had no idea. The next game, Tuesday night at Buffalo. Hopefully it goes better. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next rundown.